Blue Devil gang shit. You already know what it is. Yeah.
All right, check this out. You guys are back on the episode of Blue Devil Reactions. And what we have going on today is a video titled Gang Member Pleads for the Death Penalty. I guess this guy's asking the judge to give him, life. 25 with L, but no L. Straight to the box. Straight to the veins. Gas chamber. You already know. But before we get into this video, if you guys are new to Blue Devil Reactions, make sure you guys leave a comment. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you dislike the video. Make sure you tell me I'm doing a good job. Make sure you tell me that I'm nobody and I'm some fake. Believe it or not, I got a comment yesterday of some guy and the comment read like this: another dropout with a YouTube channel, right? I said, watch your mouth. I could tell you're not a real one because you haven't done your homework. And guess what? Comment deleted by him within the first 5 minutes. That goes to show you, people do not do their homework. They run their mouth, but that's about it. No dropout here, my boy. Check this out. Not that I have to address it, it just came to my mind, and you know that I say whatever comes to my mind. You already know. Make sure you comment, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Let's get the algorithm in. Let's get this page going. The more you guys like the videos, the more you guys watch them, the more I'll react on this page. I know this page to me is much better than the hater world. The hater world sort of gets boring, same old gangster stuff. It is what it is though. You guys can see that drawing back there. It was sent to me by Miss Lovely. All I can say is that she made my day. Ain't nobody ever give me anything in this world. She's the first one to probably ever give me a gift. So salute to Miss Lovely. That means a lot to me. I'm going to get it framed and hanged up tomorrow. It's probably going to replace that ice cream man. And Master P means a lot to me too. But check this out. If you guys don't follow me on Hater World, go over to our other page, The Hater World. Go subscribe, comment, like. You already know. And this week we do have a guest on Haters Only. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I got to confirm it in the next day or so. And then I will make a flyer so that way you guys know ahead of time. Other than that, you already know, Friday, Saturday, music, live requests. Those are lit. Everybody comes through. We bump some music and we get it cracking. With no further ado, let's watch this video. Gang member pleads for death penalty. I've never seen nobody do that or ask for that. So we're going to watch this together and get you guys a Blue Devil reaction. Let's get it.
He is a veteran white fence gang member known as Killer, a nickname he earned on the streets and behind bars at one point, evolving into a hitman for one of California's deadliest prison gangs. But on this day, he turns and smiles at his only daughter and grandchild, and sits and waits to see if the judge will give him the death penalty. And that, says 46-year-old Tommy Trahecki, is what he wants.
Basically, that was the bottom line. I just wanted to get the death penalty because I don't want to prolong the agony.
Agony is something Tommy Trahecki knows a lot about. Throughout his life, he has caused it, and he has felt.
Now, when you're in the court system, the jail system, there's a lot of people that extend their case, trying to win it, right? Like, they don't go to trial right away. They extend it so that way, witnesses get lost, paperwork gets lost. So they're extending it in order to be able to go home. But I've never heard of somebody saying, oh, you know what? I've heard of people saying, let's get to it. Let's go. Give me whatever you're going to give me. But not the death penalty. I've never seen that. Life, I've never seen that. I've seen homies be like, whatever you're going to give me, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Even me, I've went up there and I've told the judge, hey, look, I don't want to take this to trial. I don't want to waste nobody's time. If I plead guilty right now, but I always ask, if I plead guilty right now, what kind of deal you give me? I've seen people go up there and say guilty, and right away they'll hit them with a lengthy sentence and they'll regret it. I always ask, look, if I plead guilty, what kind of deal on the table for me? 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. Let's go.
Felt it. He saw his pretty mother beaten continually by a drug-addicted husband who was in and out of prison. And by the age of 9, Tommy had already been picked up for theft and burglary.
Wow.
Juvenile Records described him as unstable, rebellious, and antisocial. His mother gave him up to the state. Defense attorney Andrew Stein.
What's that tell anybody? He's not wanted. And I think he knew that.
In and out of juvenile hall by 14, court records described Tommy as incorrigible. And here at his mother's house in El Sereno a few years later, using this 9-inch kitchen knife, 16-year-old Tommy stabbed to death a liquor store delivery man for $21 and a case of beer.
Wow. Well, this is the 70s, probably the 80s. $21 is probably like $150 in today's inflation money. I'm just taking a wild guess, 5 times the, what it is now. I could be totally wrong, but even then, $500, $1,000, nobody should lose their life, especially people that are out in the working field. People that are making a living working should never worry or risk their life. But this goes to show you how heartless that homie is. As they say, he didn't have no love in the home. That's why I always say, watch your kids, love your kids, teach your kids.
He dumped the body of 29-year-old Alan Rothenberg in the backyard. Prosecutor Joe Marcus has little sympathy for Trahecki.
A lot of people have problems with their life.
Facts.
But that doesn't mean they need to kill people like he did.
Facts.
Trahecki would spend most of the next 7 years in the custody of the California Youth Authority.
16 plus 7. 16. Hold on. Work with me here. 16 plus 4 is 20, plus 3 is 23. Juvenile Life. This homie got Juvenile Life. I've seen that. I've been in juvie many times. I've been in juvie like probably 3-4 times. And I was in there with homies that were doing juvie life for murder. I don't think they have Juvenile Life no more. But we were still going to court at that time, so I'm sure they probably went to YA or went elsewhere. But when I seen them in juvie, they were fighting, and they were trying to get juvie life or getting juvie life. That's a beautiful thing, because Juvenile Life, I think it was till you're 25. I don't know why I look up there, but yeah, 25. Now they charge you as an adult. Now you're going to the big house, my boy.
There, he would first hear about a feared prison gang.
In the back of my mind, I still wanted to go to prison one of these days and be a member of the Mafia and be a part of the whole scene.
There was car theft, robbery, and assault that finally landed him in county jail. There he met Mexican Mafia heavyweight Ernest Kilroy Roybal and other Mafia.
Damn. The photo speaks 1,000 words. All I can say is shout out to Kilroy. Salute to that man for moving up in the ranks and becoming who he become. I don't know nothing about him, but I'm sure we're about to find out.
Soldiers. Trahecki became their associate, or camarada.
Killer from White Fence, and they knew that I was game, and then I was, all they had to do was tell me who had to go, and they didn't have to tell me why or anything like that, and it would be taken care of.
Soledad Penitentiary, Folsom Prison, and Chino would be Trahecki's homes for the next 10 years. Using shanks, jailhouse knives, fashioned out of metal or plastic objects, Trahecki says he did a series of stabbings for the Mafia.
He was a soldier. He was a soldado, a torpedo, and the homies found out he was valuable. He was an asset, He was probably good with his hands, stick and move. These organizations want people like this. They want people that raise their hand. They want people that are down for it. They want people that don't have nothing going out in the free world. This guy doesn't have nothing, no life, no family, no mother, no brother, no nothing. He don't have a care in the world. Why not join this gang that that's gonna give me some brotherhood, you know, some love, rather than being lonely alone and dying by yourself. I might as well try to make a name for myself to be in the history books.
I had learned that the way to get in was to kill.
And before he was 30, he stabbed his way into becoming a made man, or full-fledged member of the Mafia. But here in the prison yards, he says he grew tired of a Mafia steeped in deadly politics.
I was killing people for the wrong reasons. When I say wrong, is because they didn't have it coming. You know, I was hurting people because of politics.
Mexican Mafia politics. Suppose brothers killing brothers. And according to these prison records, Mafia Godfather Joe Morgan ordered a hit on Tommy Trejeki. $100,000 for anyone who killed the killer. No one has.
Wow. Wow, so that dude that ended up killing that liquor store attendant for $21 moved up in the ranks so much that they put $100,000 on his head. Wow. That fool must have really been a heavy hitter. You know, he must have really been with the business for somebody to put out a bounty on him like that, especially that Godfather. Wow. From being a nobody to, bro, that's an accomplishment for that guy. You know? Let's go.
And Trejeki walked away from the Mafia in 1982. But less than a month after Trejeki was released from prison in 1986, he struck again.
Oh no, that looked like Kilroy.
Using a 10-inch serrated hunting knife, he stabbed 29-year-old Max Facundo, a Florencia 13 gang member who had been dating and beating his cousin, Charlene. Then, here at this upholstery shop in East Los Angeles, 9 months later, Trejeki and a friend stabbed Raul Apodaca after an argument ensued during a poker game. His nickname, Killer, was scratched on a shelf nearby, but at the time, he avoided prosecution on those murders. Later came a series of robberies. He was caught, pleaded guilty, and was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison.
40 years for robberies and nothing for those murders. I'm sure right now they're gonna say it probably caught up with them. Man, people like this, homies like this, ain't got nothing to live for. They really don't care. They don't have goals. They're not trying to settle down. This is the life. This is their life. And I know because I got a homie like that, right? And I'm always telling them like, hey fool, why don't you get it together and do this and do that and take it easy and focus on. And you know what he tells me? My boy, I've already accepted the fact that I'm a full-blown member for the rest of my life, and I love doing it, and that's all I'm gonna ever do. So I'm gonna do it to the fullest extent. I'm gonna do it to the point where people remember me and they love me. You know, what can I say? At that point, he left me lost for words. I was just like, all right. I mean, that's the life you chose. Can't nobody take that away from you. That's what you want. I understand. I respect it. You know, I respect it.
Then he decided it would be better to die.
So that's when I called homicide, and I asked them that if I gave them these murders, would they give me the death penalty, and they said yes.
To drive the point home. He wrote this letter to District Attorney Gil Garcetti, saying, "Sir, if you don't have enough balls and guts to give me what I deserve by sending my ass to the gas chamber, then my only other recourse is to kill someone else."
Wow.
Prosecutors gave him his wish.
I think he belongs there, and I think that's the right thing to do, to put him on death row.
A jury agreed. And so did Judge Pat Cowenberg.
Hold on. This fool was tired of living. He didn't have nothing to live for no more. You know, the organization didn't want him no more. His family didn't want him. You know, he knew that no matter what, he was going to kill again. He probably didn't want to kill no more, but he had that itch to want to do it again. They didn't catch him for those murders. He gave himself up, so he could have been out on parole 15 years, 10 years later. The laws were different back then. They give you 40 years and you could parole after 7. You know, you could parole after 5. You know, so I'm sure he probably didn't want to live that life no more. He was just tired. He was done, bro. He was just fully done.
It is the judgment of his court that you shall suffer the death penalty.
Tommy Trahecki showed no emotion. And moments later, he thanked his attorneys and the court.
Treating me with dignity and respect when they didn't have to. Putting up with my tantrums when I didn't get my way.
In 2015, Tommy was resentenced, and his next parole hearing is in 2026 at the age of 75.
So within 10 years, I'll be tired of death row and I'll be ready to check in. If I'm gonna go, you know, I'm gonna go on my terms, you know.
Wait, so, okay. Hold on.
In 2015, Tommy was resentenced, and his next parole hearing is in 2026 at the age.
So a parole hearing in 2026. That's 3 years from now. At 72. How could he get a parole hearing if he got sentenced to death? I don't get how that works. Can anybody explain to me down below in the comments how that would work? How did he get a death sentence but got a parole hearing? He had one and he was resentenced in 2016. They probably took the death sentence off. Oh wow. Wow, man, this homie's rugged. Listen. Not only the Southsiders, but the Norteños got people like this. The Woods, the Blacks, they all got homies that are like this man. Even regular natural born killers that do not belong to gangs. This is life, man. In life, you got all kinds of crazy motherfuckers. That's why you gotta protect yourself at all costs. Gotta make sure you're straight at all costs, and make sure you take care of your family and your kids, because you never know who's creeping. Right, but check this out. We're gonna kill this video. We're laying call it a day. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Once again, shout out to Miss Lovely. Like I said earlier, ain't nobody ever give me anything. I'm always the one opening up my wallet for everyone, so it actually feels good that somebody thought of me, and I mean that in a friendly type of way. Salute to Miss Lovely. She part of the team. You guys already know. You know. And once again, go over to the Hater World. We're gonna have a video over there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this late night drop. Other than that, it's been Blue Devil Reactions. And we out.